So if you're a people pleaser and you've started to notice your people pleasing patterns of behavior and the cycle, right? And you've started to actually become aware of how resentful you feel of the people pleasing you've been doing for everyone around you in your life, in your relationships, at home, at work, with your friendships. And maybe even you've tried to think about how you can start to set boundaries in those different areas of your life. And yet, against all of that, there's another part of you that's thinking, so in order to get free, do I actually have to blow up my entire life in the process? Right? When I set these boundaries and people go nuts over it, am I going to lose them? And do I have to be okay with that? Do I actually have to cut everyone off, rage against the system, start over completely, and more to the point, start over completely alone, right? In order to get over my people pleasing? And the simple answer is no. No, you do not have to burn it all down in order to get over your people pleasing. You just have to come home to yourself. Okay, and what I mean by that is true freedom from people pleasing doesn't actually start with the external and how you relate to other people. It starts inside with how you relate to your own inner self, right? With the reason you were people pleasing in the first place, right? If your inner sort of world, right, is still running with the old program, the belief that you are only lovable if you're useful, then if you cut everyone off, it's just going to create, a different kind of loneliness, right? It's just going to create a new version of the same pain, right? Which is why, as a people pleaser, when we're like, I need to, cut everyone off to heal my people pleasing, nobody actually does that. And we think we're, cowards or we're weak or whatever. No, it's just because we realize that's not going to fix the deeper problem. So we don't bother doing it, right? But when we find the source of our people pleasing within ourselves and we work to heal that at the root, at that point, everything changes quietly, gracefully, and powerfully, first within ourselves, and then reflected, manifested out in the life of the world around us. Because a quick point about boundaries, okay? Real boundaries don't require blowups and huge confrontations. They don't have to be loud. They don't have to, sever every tie between you and the other person. When you begin to know your worth, right, without negotiation, when you begin to know what you really care about and want, as just a matter of fact, this is what I need, and you yourself are finally okay with it, then your presence shifts, and then the people around you feel that too, even before you say anything. You stop needing to over explain. You stop needing to prove. You stop needing to make them understand. You simply start living in alignment, first within your own inner self. And then the relationships around you that are able to meet you in that place will meet you and then rise and continue with you from there. Okay. So in terms of actual practical steps you can take, let me give you a question you can reflect on to see where you are in this journey, which is, where in my life have I been afraid to make a change because I was afraid it would end up destroying everything? Okay. And the key is to ask yourself that question just privately, right? You don't share the answer with anyone, but just to sit and hold the answer to that question, right? Which is, where in my life have I been afraid to make a change because I thought making that change would destroy everything, right? And so just realizing where that fear is, what it relates to, and how you have been thinking it is an absolute all or nothing thing, just being aware of that fact without even dealing with it, fixing it, changing it, whatever. Just being aware that that is the equation in your inner mind and heart will start to give you relief and healing just from the awareness alone. Okay. And so now everything we're talking about here is actually part of a larger program. All of this material comes from what I call the People Pleasing Reset Program, which is a program I designed specifically to help guide you through this shift from performance to expressive presence, right? From fear to love, and from an exchange transaction based set of relationships in your life to relationships based on true and genuine connection, right? In your life, to have this, you don't have to either disappear or detonate. It's not one or the other. There is a middle way that can be worked and navigated. And if it feels right for you to work with me to do this, the program is there, it's available, it's ready to start anytime. But even if not, right, that's totally okay. But the truth I want you to leave here with today is the fact that you don't have to blow up your life and abandon everyone around you in order to return to yourself. You can do both. You can do both.